Hello everyone, and welcome back to Celebstrology, where we analyze celebrities and their astrology. Today we are going to do the most surprising celebrity couple analysis we have ever done on this channel. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Their relationship is not what you're thinking. So let's get started. Mila Kunis was born August 14th, 1983, making her born in the sign of Leo. This is already actually the exact opposite of Ashton Kutcher. She is a Leo, which is all about self-expression and being the star of the show. Ashton is an Aquarius, which is all about anonymity and operating behind the scenes. She is about individuality. He is about the group. But before we get too ahead of ourselves analyzing their relationship compatibility, let's get to know these signs a bit deeper. Leo is a warm-hearted, passionate sign that values loyalty. It is symbolized by a lion, which loves to have its own pack. Leos are actually quite protective of the people they care about. This sign also gets a bad rap for being self-obsessed or egocentric, but what people fail to realize is that Leos tend to give back as much love as they receive. This is a sign that enjoys love. It is a beautiful thing to have captured the heart of a Leo, who will in turn treat you with devotion. What this all means is that Mila Kunis is a very loving person. But just as Leo energy runs warm, Aquarius energy runs cool. Leos want hugs. Aquarians like space. And while Leo lives life heart first, Aquarius prides itself on its ability to detach and analyze and live head first. Leo is trying to build a pack, and Aquarius is trying to nurture independence. Aquarius is also known as a quirky sign. Harry Styles is a perfect example of an Aquarius, and it's all about evolving intellectually towards the future. Leo is old school, preferring traditional courtships and more classic expressions of love. There is something quite innovative about Ashton. It makes perfect sense that both Ashton Kutcher and fellow Aquarius Harry Styles have had serious relationships with much older women. Aquarius is progressive like that. I did a video on Olivia Wilde's relationship with Harry Styles if that interests you. Let me know if you'd like more on the Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore divorce as well. Now, having two people in opposite signs isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially Leo and Aquarius specifically. Both Leo and Aquarius are fixed signs, meaning they were born in the middle of a season and therefore are all about stability. Leo is August and the middle of summer. Aquarius is February and the middle of winter. Fixed signs enjoy consistency in their relationships, and once they commit to something or someone, they like to stay committed. So this really binds them together and gives them mutual respect for each other. Fixed signs tend to get in romantic relationships with other fixed signs because they like that the other person is not fickle. Another positive here is that Ashton's air sign Aquarius fans the flames of Mila's fire sign Leo. He is probably her biggest cheerleader. Again, like his previous relationship with Demi Moore, he doesn't mind having a powerful woman front and center and does not get competitive. Quite the opposite. He actually probably relishes in the progressiveness and thinks it's cool and sexy to have a powerhouse wife. Mila is more than happy to take the lead. So, you can see why having opposite signs works in some ways and does not work in others. When they do fight, it is probably passion versus dispassion. Mila probably wonders how he can get so distant and feels like he doesn't care. Or these two can war on the axis of ownership versus freedom. Leo wants credit for everything, and for that reason is a highly capable sign, not afraid of taking responsibility. Aquarius air sign Ashton values his freedom, mobility, and being able to move on from things. He doesn't want to be weighed down by anything or anyone. Aquarians always reserve the right to detach at any time, and nothing scares them more than being smothered or being unable to exercise their mental independence. It is so different than a sign like Cancer, which is looking to latch itself onto relationships and be emotionally coddled and cared for. Cancers want to get happily stuck. Aquarius wants to do things themselves and not be dominated. Mila's Leo probably gets a little bit bossy. For all their differences, Leo and Aquarius can definitely work and be a compatible match. What is more of a red flag is the rest of their birth charts. Ashton is a super duper Aquarius. One of the most Aquarian people the world has ever seen. Get this, he has a Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus in Aquarius. Mila has her Moon in Scorpio, and this is very bad with Aquarius. It's also not good with her own personal sun sign either, and makes her quite the drama queen. Having a Moon in Scorpio is quite tumultuous emotionally, and makes you very deep and heavy with your feelings. Trust is also absolutely imperative for a Moon in Scorpio. They need to be able to merge with their partner fully and completely, but Ashton probably hates this. He wants to be able to detach, and she must feel threatened and insecure by his intense need for space. This is going to be very tough to overcome, and especially Leo-Scorpio combination specifically does make a hot-headed, intense personality. The only saving grace is that Scorpio is another fixed sign, but even that's a reach. There may be something here about it's better to be with the devil you know kind of thinking. I also find it interesting that Ashton Kutcher's ex-wife Demi Moore was a Scorpio, so maybe there is something he finds fascinating about a severe woman. Scorpio emotions can penetrate through anything. There is extreme power and strength here in Mila, boosted by her Leo sun. Now, Mila's Mercury is in Virgo, another non-traditional match with all of Ashton's Aquarius, although it's not the worst. This adds critical thinking to Mila. Intellectual Aquarius does like this, but Ashton probably thinks she gets too stuck in the details and fussy, as he is more big picture. She probably thinks he overlooks and misses things. There's good shared mental energy here, but not in the same way. Her Venus is also in Scorpio, which adds more feelings, drama, and concentration. All things which spook Ashton. Scorpio and Virgo love getting to the bottom of things and analyzing what's under the surface. Ashton probably views this as missing the forest for the trees. What is even more serious here is how they give love. First of all, Ashton's Venus in Aquarius is very much a friendship Venus. Giving and receiving love is communication-based and social. Again, he reserves the right to pull back at any time. Aquarius love is, you're lucky I continue to choose you. There is a filter of judgment. High expectations are also likely. Aquarius is symbolized by a person, and trying to be civilized, ascending from animal to human. Mila's Leo love is more like that of a mama lion. She values unconditional love. Ashton is all about life with conditions. His Aquarius knows that permanence is not really a thing, but does strive towards its achievement. The only saving grace here, I suppose, is Ashton's Mars is in Cancer, so he does have some sensitivity and feeling. There is probably something about him that still feels like home, even if his mind is a million miles away. This does not go with Mila's Mars in Leo, but what is kind of fun here is that Ashton has the most feminine Mars and Mila has the most masculine. And if you look very closely, both of their Mars signs are close to the cusp, so they might equally oscillate between masculine and feminine energy, and there might be some nice give and take. They also have similar pacing in life, and they both are perpetually a little youngish, almost constantly coming of age, trying to figure things out. There's probably some humility here because they both make mistakes, and probably know it. They work together extremely well and have a feeling that they're in this together and ultimately are on each other's team. At the end of the day, these are two very different people, and this relationship is questionable. The onus is probably on Mila to constantly re-inspire. When Ashton is inspired, he is amazed. But what is amazing about this relationship to all of us is how they've overcome so many differences to build a life together. They are definitely on each other's team and committed to making this work. Fixed signs like them cannot stand change and like their decisions to be final. Ashton and Mila are in this for the long haul and demonstrate how even imperfect matches can persevere when both people are committed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching Celebstrology, where we analyze celebrities and their astrology.